Hi everyone, welcome back to Old Guy Firewood. It's a beautiful day here in North Carolina. It's about 70 degrees, 21st of March. Just can't ask for nicer weather. Things are starting to green up and it really makes you want to get out and do some work. But if you're coming back and have watched my channel before, I appreciate you coming back. If you're new to the channel, appreciate you being here. Either way, if you haven't subscribed, if you go ahead and subscribe, push that like button, push the subscribe button, and push the little bell so you'll be notified when I publish new videos. But today what I want to do is go through the entire process of taking an ICB tote when I get it from the place that I get them from, and go through the entire process of taking the bladder out, cutting the side out of the tote, how we do that, what tools you need to do it. And then we're going to take the ICB tote, we're going to set it up at the end of the splitter. We're going to run some wood through, going to go ahead and fill it up with wood. Then I want to show you how I move it with my forklifts on the tractor. And I did a video before on ICB tote capacity and had a lot of interest, almost 3,000 views. And one of the questions that continually came up is, how do you attach the ICB tote to your forklift when you raise it to dump it into the trailer? So I'm going to show you how I do that, and then we're going to do the actual dump where we dump the wood into the trailer. You know, from start to finish, from a raw ICB tote, prepping it, filling it with wood, lifting it up, attaching it to the forks, and dumping it. So I think it'll be a pretty interesting video. I hope you enjoy it, and again, if you do, please like and please subscribe. Thank you. Here we go. Okay, the very first thing you need to do to get this bladder out is to remove these two bars on the top here that hold it in. And they're held on here with a T40 Torx bit. And so I'm going to take those out. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to get these out, but what you need to do is kind of pull them through. Well, that one came right on out, no problem at all. As did that one. Then you need to lean the tote over. This bladder will pull right out. Okay, now you've got your bladder out of there, you've got the tote all ready to cut. Okay, now there's different thoughts about how much of the cage you actually want to cut out. And if you're just gonna, hey Clifford, checking things out? Clifford's my best buddy and my helper out here. Go on, go get your ball. But anyway, if you're just gonna use them to store and dry your wood, and you're not worried about lifting them and dumping them later, if you cut down to about here and across and up and leave basically 1-2 sections, that's pretty good. You can reach in there, you can fill them, you can reach in and take the wood out. That's what I like to do for my bundle wood, because I split all my bundle wood and put it in the totes, and then when I'm ready to bundle it, I just take it inside my shop and sit it down. I don't dump it, I'm working right out of the tote. So that works pretty good. When I first tried to dump into my dump trailer, I had them cut that low and left the 2 sections on the bottom. I found out that the wood just wouldn't dump out. It would get caught on the bottom, it would get caught on the sides, and it just wasn't very efficient that way. So I was a little bit concerned about cutting the entire front out because I wasn't sure how strong the structure would be, but I went ahead and tried it, cut it down here all the way to the bottom, across and up, and left the entire front open. I did leave this bar and this bar, and with this curve here, that gives the side some strength. And I found that it's plenty sturdy enough. I've loaded them several times, dumped them several times, and it really doesn't create a problem. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and cut out down to here, as I initially mentioned, if you're using them for storage, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut the rest out and show you what the difference is. People often wonder, what's the best way to cut these? You can cut them with a hacksaw. You can cut them probably with a jigsaw with a metal cutting blade. What I've always used is a metal cutting disc on an angle grinder. And I was watching Mike Morgan the other day on Outdoors with the Morgans, and he was using a reciprocating saw, basically a DeWalt Sawzall type saw. And I have one of those, so I thought I'd give it a try. I haven't tried it yet, so you're going to see me try it. But I'm going to make a few cuts first with the grinding wheel and show you how that works, and then I'll cut the rest out with the Sawzall. Okay, let's try this. Let's try this Sawzall. Man, I think I like that better. Yeah, that's pretty quick. That works good. Much better. That's definitely going to be my go-to method for cutting them out from now on. Okay, now I told you I was going to cut it two ways. Cut it part way and show you what that looks like. The other thing is you do need to take your grinder afterwards and hit these areas where you cut, because there's some sharp edges there. But this is great for if you're just drying your wood, storing your wood in them, going to move it out later by hand, or going to use it for bundle wood or whatever, then this configuration is great. But what I found is that cutting it all the way down, which makes it usable to dump, doesn't really weaken the sides. So I've decided to just go ahead and cut them all out that way. If I want to store wood in them, I can. If I want to dump them later, I can. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the rest out now and show you what that looks like. Okay, we've got the entire front open now. Makes it easy to load. You even step up in here when you're loading in the back stack. And it makes it so that you can dump it. So I'm going to touch these up with the grinder a little bit, and then we're going to set the splitter up and set the IBC tote up and go ahead and split some wood and fill it up. Okay, we're all set up now. Got the Wolfridge 28C set up, ready to split. Got the ICB tote right at the end of the table, so as the wood comes off, I can stack it right in there. And I think I'm going to try the 6-way wedge first, see how that works. So let's get to splitting. That's what I call running out of gas at just the right time when we're done. Okay, got a nice full IBC tote, mostly red oak, a little bit of white oak in here, some pretty wood. Getting a little bit late in the evening now. Sun's going down. So I think what I'm going to do is pick this video up first thing tomorrow morning, and we'll go ahead and put this thing on forklift on the tractor, bring it around, and I'll show you how I attach the tote to the forks so that I can dump it. But see you in the morning. Now normally this tote of wood would be set out to dry for the summer and ready to be sold next fall, but I want to go ahead and show you how we attach it to the forks and how we dump it into the dump trailer. This question always comes up: how do you attach it to the fork so that when you tip the bucket forward, the tote doesn't slide right off the forks? And I've tried a lot of different things. I've tried chains, I've tried running a strap all the way around the fork and hooking it to the tote, but the best thing I've come up with, I'll show you, is I simply took a ratchet strap and cut the long side short, and here's what I use. I have one for each side, and let me show you how that works. Okay, I simply take this ratchet arrangement and hook one side in the back of the fork frame and the other side on this bar, and then just ratchet it up tight. As I said, this works better than chains or anything else that I've tried in the past. It'll actually pull the tote back into the frame good and tight, and I have one just like it on the other side. So let's go ahead and I'll show you how we dump this. Well, that's pretty much it. The process from start to finish, from a raw IBC tote up to the point where you can dump it into your dump trailer, or if you're not dumping them, just store it off to the side for seasoning. I hope you enjoyed this video. I put about two and a half of these in here, and that'll give me 2/3 of a cord, and that's what I sell as typically 2/3 of a cord load, which is just above the metal sides heaped. I can put a full cord on. It's up to the top of the boards. And but at any rate, if you enjoyed this video, please like the video. Please subscribe to my channel. The more people I get to subscribe, the easier it's going to be for me to continue to do weekly videos. So I appreciate you watching. Y'all have a great day, and we'll be back talking to you soon. And as I always like to add, as an old guy, the best advice I can give you is to keep moving. See you on the next one.